Hello, Mr. Gary.
Pardon?
You, Gary?
Yeah.
Paul. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, Paul. All right, there you go.
Okay, thank you. How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks.
Okay.
And what about you?
Good.
All right. Let's see. You're going to Del Prado Boulevard. No,
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Mr. Powell, do you mind if I record our ride for my YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
You don't mind? Okay, great. Then I'll give you my business card. Well, business card. It's not a business really. I'll give you my card, and so you can check out the channel and see your video. Maybe tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
And if you don't like it, then just let me know and I'll take it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. It is a little different. It's like YouTube. There's so much clickbait and like all these fast videos nowadays. We all watch like these 15-second clips of funny things.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
But I just like conversations, and yeah, and I thought to share them.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's interesting. Telling you, everybody has a story.
Well, I think.
And especially the ones that say no, I'm not interesting. Especially those that you have to dig. Right? You have to dig a little deeper.
Yeah, and then they're interesting, right? Yeah.
Right.
No, I see. I think you're right. People in general are fascinating.
Yeah.
We are fascinating creatures.
We are.
Yeah.
It's also amazing how different our lives are. Like, we all live out very different lives. We have very different stories.
Yeah.
While at the same time, the same thing matters to all of us, right?
Yep.
Living in communities with your spouse or your partner, and with kids or without kids. And
Yeah. No, that's quite true. I read an observation from someone once, and they said, as individuals, our origins are all unique. Our destinies are all unique.
Yeah.
And no two the same, even from the same, family, from the same anywhere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's like this little old lady got in the car this morning. She was 80 something, 84 or so.
Okay.
Cancer, because I picked her up from a cancer institute. So.
Okay. Sure.
That's always like a difficult talk. I find that difficult to talk about these things, but I still ask those questions because I'm sort of like just curious, and maybe you can give somebody a little bit of support somewhere. But the way people carry their disease is just amazing to me, because I automatically feel sorry for them, but
Right.
I don't know. We all have our path to walk, right?
Yeah. The cancer for me is a 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've encountered various people that have gotten cancer,
Oh, really?
and they're all relatively young. One of my sons is first grade teacher. Sweetest guy ever. And had a lump in his neck, throat cancer. Had to go to clinic for that. And art teacher from the same school. Again, nicest young lady in the world.
But wait, did your son survive?
No, not my son. My son's teacher.
Oh, your son's teacher.
My son's teacher. Yeah.
He was
Yeah, he was in his 30s at the time, and my son was in first grade. Well, my son's 26 now. So, but my youngest, and and then the art teacher at the same school.
Yeah.
Same thing. She was in her 30s, and they're living very conventional, relatively healthy, normal lives. And she got got breast cancer, and it's devastating, and you know, it's tough to see, and you know, what's crazy to me anyway. Maybe this is just because I haven't met enough people, but you know, the nicest, sweetest people will get some of the damnedest things happen to them.
Yeah.
And some evil, despicable people will live to be 107 and not get a common cold. You know, right? You know, but I think overall, as far as people goes and as far as humanity goes, I wish that more people. Not that my opinion is above anyone else's, but it seems to me that life is, it's really about love, people, and faith, period, right?
Yeah.
If you have, I can't take credit for this quote, but if you have people that you love and they love you back, right, that's everything, you know.
It's true.
So, and the rest is sprinkles on top. You know,
right.
It truly is. And I'm a painting contractor. Okay, and so being a painting contractor in Southwest Florida, you meet quite a diverse group of people, and many of those are mature and very accomplished and rather prosperous.
Mm-hmm.
And some seem very happy and content with their life and whatever, and some others not so much. So it's not all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That makes them happy, not all the stuff that makes people happy. I've had stuff. We all do. We all have stuff. And I think so many folks, more now than I think than ever, get the impression in their mind because of what they see, television, social media, whatever, is we chase things, we chase looks, we chase stuff, you know. The next $150 shirt and the next, you know, designer bag, whatever else. But that's for the moment. It's like a child with a toy. You get a new toy, and you think it's great. It's the greatest toy of the moment. Well, then eventually the little toy car gets put off to the side. You know, you're looking for the next one, the bigger and the better. Well, you never get the best. You never get to the last one.
There's always something next.
There's always something next, and if you you know, if you live in a house with 15 rooms and have gold plates, the ham sandwich tastes the same.
Right.
You know, and
that's a good one, actually.
yeah,
We should
and
make a quote somehow of that. Like,
well,
if you eat a salad with a golden fork, the salad still tastes the same.
it does. It's exactly, and some folks get so wrapped up in minutia and have themselves in a position where, you know, everything's going to have to revolve around me. You know, like, how can I eat this salad if my pepper grinder's broken?
Right.
What can I put? How is this going to work? You know, and they kind of miss the fact that you know, there might be some folks that would do anything to eat half that salad. Right? Because they don't have anything. You know, and
so
my nephew went years ago. He's so he works for a counseling center, and so he makes a good amount of money, and so he's with this gal, and she's got a little house out in the country, and he's thinking, well, we're either gonna put an addition on it, or we'll tear it down and have this local architect who a lot of wealthy people use build a wonderfully big home. And it's just them two and two little kids. And I told him, I says, you know, you have the money to do it. You can afford to do this.
Right.
I says, I see this. You're quite an income. And I says, but I'm here to tell you, and I've been in homes like that, where there's just two people, you know, and homes quite beyond that, where there's just two people, and that's not the only home that they own. I says, you only have one ass. You only sit in one chair at a time, only one room at a time. You can take that quote for sure.
Yeah,
okay?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the truth. And I've
We're gonna write it down.
I worked for a fellow one time. He was on Captive Island. Gorgeous place. The backyard is the bay. When you go out the driveway, there's the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, really?
Absolutely stunning. 3-story home with an elevator. They had 2 or 3 Mercedes on the property, and porches with crown molding in the exterior and balustrades with rails, and all kind of things like this. Spectacular. And this was some years ago when we were in a recession. Come to find out from working on the property, she was a little more forthcoming with their business. Not that I asked, but they were selling it to get out from under it.
Oh, okay.
And they had another home in Maine. Okay. And so I think at the time, because the market was down, they were selling it for maybe $6 or $7 million.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a down number compared to the potential of the property.
Mm-hmm. So
a few months later, he calls me. Come on out. I got some painting for you to do. They moved from that home to a home on Sanibel. So I go to the Sanibel home, and beautiful property. It's there's a dock in the back with his boat. Throw a stick to the bay. It's and he's talking to me as though he's trying to pacify himself through our conversation.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, he says, honey, he's telling me, Paul, he says, look at our kitchen. These cabinets, we love these cabinets. Don't we love these cabinets, honey? Aren't they beautiful? He's talking to his wife. And he's showing me around. And almost as if he's telling himself he's got to take a deep breath. Okay, it's okay that I moved from that spot to this spot and someone saw that.
Yeah.
And I'm here now at this place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, some folks might love to have a home that is worth the vehicles in the garage.
Right.
Let's start there. Secondly, there's folks that save and put a trip to Sanibel or somewhere like that on a charge card and go there for a week or so and talk about it for the rest of their life.
Right.
Because they thought it was just the most wondrous thing in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's okay. I think you're still, living above a standard, that most people can only dream of just getting a taste of. And but it was funny. It was like it was difficult for him to cope with the change.
Yeah.
And I thought, you still got it pretty good, buddy. Still got it pretty good. And I think a lot of folks just kind of lose perspective.
Well, I can imagine that if you grow up rich, especially, that it's hard to be happy and satisfied with what you have. Because isn't that the art, to be happy with what you have?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Well, if you don't ever taste bitter, you don't know what sweet is.
There you go.
You don't know, and a lot of folks, I think, that always have had resources, never really had a want or a need. Like, man, I wish I could get some new shoes. These ones are really tight. They got a hole in the bottom. I gotta just kind of hunker down and tough through this situation and just eat the noodles and the tuna fish, things like this. You don't ever gain perspective and appreciation and things like that. You really need to appreciate wherever you're at in the moment. Is be thankful for wherever you are,
right, exactly.
And be happy in that place, even though you're thinking, well, I'm working towards the next spot. Find contentment with where you're at and look at, okay, name a half dozen things that are going pretty good.
Exactly.
Years ago, I got a flat tire on the way home from work. I was working really late, just going over the bridge over the river. It's dark, tire goes flat. Get down off the bridge, manage to get to the grass, pull over in the grass. Check the spare's flat. Okay? So it's like, well, off I go walk into Walmart to get the fix-a-flat and the plug kit and everything else. So I start out on my walk and I'm thinking, well, what's good about this situation? Well, I'm coming from work, which means I have a job. My car has a flat, which means I have a vehicle. Some people wish they had my vehicle with the flat tire because they have a bicycle.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or don't have a bicycle, or the bicycle doesn't have brakes, you know, or things like this. You know, I got 2 arms, 2 legs. I could walk to Walmart. I have money in my pocket. I can buy the supplies to fix the thing. I know how to fix it. So within a few hours, you know, it's not forever. Got to walk 2-3 miles to the store and back and everything else. Not going to be instant coffee here, but if that's the worst thing that happens in a day, it's a pretty damn good day.
Right.
You know, and so.
Yeah, well, most people probably curse and get in a bad mood if there's a flat tire.
Some people curse and get in a bad mood if their latte is cold.
Right.
You know, they start when they go off like Yosemite Sam, reciprocity, you know, whatever. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
So you have your own painting business,
Yes.
and so like you have a team of people that work for you, or
I'm the team.
you are the team?
I do my own work.
You do your own work.
I do my own work.
But people call you also people that are with big mansions, but they want you as a painter. So I suppose that's like word of how do you say that? Word of mouth.
Yeah, a lot of what I get, a fair
you.
amount of what I get is word of mouth. That's true.
Yeah.
And and then you know,
if you paint big mansions and stuff like that, then you're not an everyday painter.
well, not everything I do is big mansions. I've dealt with big homes like that, you know. And that one was on a referral, in fact, from a realtor. But I enjoy what I do. I suppose, you know, I do it myself because, you know, I like controlled outcomes.
Sure.
You know, and you know, it's tough to find people you can turn your back on. I'm sure I have to cross that bridge eventually because you know.
Well, to find the right assistant, you know, it starts first with an assistant, no?
Yep.
And then maybe you know, when you find the right person, that you can delegate a little bit, but yeah, people are bound to make mistakes. This reminds me a little bit when I was a kid. I was like 17, 18, and I had a summer job and doing paint jobs, but it was with a painter and he would tell me what to do.
Sure.
But I would make stupid mistakes. I would just ruin. But he would leave me alone. He would explain things.
Sure.
Tell me what to do on a house, like how to do things, and I come back and I would have just the wrong color or dropped a bucket of paint on the floor somewhere. Or
Sure.
Just make stupid kids mistakes. Once I had to do a wall and I had the painting completely wrong, but I only had to repair the wall. So the wall was a certain color, and then all the white spots I had to retouch.
Okay.
It was completely the wrong color for some reason, and so it became a wall with like all these dark spots everywhere.
Sure.
So then they had to redo the whole wall.
Right. Let me ask you this: do you feel that perhaps a lot of your mistakes came from nervousness?
Nervousness.
In other words, it's like, oh boy, I hope I don't screw this up, and then therefore, because you're concerned about that, it happens. You know what I mean?
Rather
Like,
the opposite of that, overconfident. Like, oh yeah, I can handle this. Oh yeah, leave me to it. Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
okay.
I'll do that. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I'll take care of it. And then thinking you know how to do something, but then really don't.
I got you.
But you find out afterwards.
Sure.
Shit, I did it wrong. And then sure, take the blame. You have no choice. Yeah, like that. Let me see. This looks like this is not gonna go straight.
Okay, where the unbearably long line is,
yeah, exactly.
That's gonna go straight.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you could kind of squeeze right here in front of the big truck, I think maybe that might be an opportunity. But
that was smooth.
We got lucky.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Yeah.
Not really, because I'll squeeze it in anyway. I always do that stuff.
Yeah, you know. Hey, guess what? I'm moving, and you got brakes in that model. You know.
Exactly.
Get over it.
Hey, you more expensive than I am.
Yeah.
You will move.
You. Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll get angry, you'll get over it, and I get in the spot, and on we go. You know, life continues.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I always ask nicely, like you put on your blinker, see if somebody gives you space.
Oh, sure, of
but
course.
if they don't, you can still squeeze it.
Yeah, you can make it work. Yeah, true.
You know, there's the guys that scare you, that just swap it in front of you, and that's not really nice driving. If you do it gently and you squeeze gently, then
Oh gosh, yeah. It's well, the traffic around here, and
I hope my next ride is not going to be packed like that.
Yeah, the traffic around here certainly hasn't gotten better, and the people's driving hasn't gotten better. You know.
Was this that bridge that broke down during the storm?
No.
That was the bridge to Sanibel?
Yeah, this bridge to Sanibel broke. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the devastation of Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
And because I'm a painting contractor, I go out and talk to so many people with the aftermath.
Yeah.
Waiting for drywall, waiting for this, waiting for a roof.
Yeah.
You know, and just trying to envision, what happened. I'm going now. Where you're dropping me off is the address for the bank. I'm going to go get money, and about 10 minutes down the street is the garage. I'm getting the truck repaired. That's the truck I ended up using. The nice truck got eaten by the storm. I was living in downtown Fort Myers, and the morning of the storm, I'm looking at the weather. Gee whiz, maybe we shouldn't be here. And I thought, well, I'm pretty far upriver. I should be fine. I was fine because I was in the second floor. However, my truck was located on the first floor.
It did not survive.
No. It was... You look down in the parking lot and there's cars and trucks floating like toys.
No, really?
Yeah. 6,000-pound pickup truck floating around like a toy. Bumping into all the other vehicles. They're all down there like nothing. You look out the window, you see the river, and you see First Street, and it's all one.
Wow.
And then the water recedes, goes away, and there's a 50-foot boat up against the fence at the property.
Yeah.
And just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, my last ride before you was to the beach.
Okay.
And just the boats are still stacked like 3 rows high on top of each other. It's just one big disaster over there.
I did an estimate recently at a high-rise on Summerlin and John Morris. The property's called Mystique. So within that big building, this particular individual, there's some damage, but nothing crazy. Maybe for some leaking through the roof and things like this. So he tells me, he says, we had 12 feet of water here. I'm trying to picture.
12 feet.
I'm trying to picture 12 feet of water at this intersection, and and more so on the islands. Unbelievable. Just trying to envision, right?
Oh, did I just miss the exit?
No, nope, not at all.
An exit point there?
Up here, where you see the green sign, you'll merge to the right, and then at that light you'll turn right. Actually, you can, let me see here. Yeah,
12
so
feet. 12 feet, that's crazy.
You could actually turn on this little road right here. That'll get you in the back way, yeah. But yeah, well, next to that building is a mobile home park. And then I'm thinking to myself, that was entirely underwater.
Yeah.
And so right here on the left, sir, is Wells Fargo. That's where I'm going. And so I went, I talked to another customer sometime later on, just having random conversations. Well, a fellow that she knew that worked at a restaurant she goes to lived in that mobile home park.
Oh, really?
And passed away in that mobile home park because it goes underwater.
Yeah.
And just, you know.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mobile home parks today, a lot of them got devastated. Well, it's nice talking to you, Paul.
Nice talking to you, sir.
Yeah. All right. Oh, no, this so. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
All right, man.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You too.
Good luck with the business.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'll check out
Take
the
care.
channel.
Yeah, nice. Thanks a lot.
You bet, man.
All right.